G'day everyone, the Global Surveyor, and I'm undertaking a detail survey today in a jungle. Well, not quite a jungle, but it's a jungle to me. Some old wood there, don't know what that is. Look at this, like really thick, and I've got the Leica TS16. I've got it set up, the ground's not all that stable. There's a house down there. Oh, look how steep it is going down there with all the weeds. And there's a few broken bits of concrete there and other bits of rubbish, which is not a nice thing. I mean, when you look out there it looks quite nice, but when you look here it doesn't. I've got my back sight set out over there on the driveway, and believe it or not, someone would like a survey of their house, so it's my job today to make a map of everything that's here. It's a weatherboard house here, and I'm really in the thick of it today. So on the Leica TS16 we have the option for a red laser, which you see it on my hand there, and I've got it positioned on the corner of a building. I don't know how well you can see that red laser there, but it's brilliant when you want to try and look through things like this. It's very hard to make sure that you're actually pointing at the corner that you need. So by pointing the red laser through here, you can see, get it right on the corner, like so. And it's not all that easy walking around here. It's very, very steep. So measuring natural surface shots there, you can see I've got the red laser on the ground. We can take a reading there.
Point stored.
You can hear it saying point stored. So I'm able to move that around a few places and get some very irregular natural surface, just to sort of display that the ground is falling from the corner of this building downhill. And also the red laser is great for measuring the neighbouring properties. You can just see the red laser that I've got there on the corner of the building. I'd never be able to get there myself, so it's great to do that. And I can also get the heights of the guttering and the ridge and anything else that may seem important. Sometimes you can't set the instrument up so that you can see all the roof shape, and you can see there we've got the corner of a gutter. Well, I just can't see it because it's right behind some bushes. I could try and clear them. So the easiest thing to do is just take one reading on the gutter there, one reading on the gutter there, and just get a couple of readings on that part of the gutter that I can see, and then you intersect the two lines back in the office in your CAD program to determine that corner. And you can see it is a bit of a jungle and a bit of a junk heap here. Look at all the bricks, broken tiles and stuff. The only way I can be sure that I know that I've captured important things like trees, let's get out your paint can. Let's put a little yellow dot. It doesn't have to be yellow, it could be any colour, but I've just chosen yellow, stands out. And then I can at least see that I've captured this tree and I've captured that tree. And there's a tree in there that I got. So if you are watching for the first time, welcome to the channel. Channel's all about land surveying, the exciting things and the not so exciting things, but yeah, it's called the Global Surveyor, and I'd really love your support. So please make sure you hit like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little notification bell too, just so that you know, keep in touch when we release a new video. You can also see that I have to place multiple stations. We've got one there, one just over in there, and probably several more out the back. Quite a complicated job. Here's a boundary peg I found, been recently placed, and you can see someone's got a pretty little reflective target, part of some survey control. And actually, to make it easy for me, I found a little nail here in the concrete, which I'm using as my survey, one of my survey control marks. So you can see here the terrain or gardens and trees is just impenetrable in places. You know, well, not so much impenetrable in terms of being able to walk through, because it's not too bad, but just impenetrable in terms of being able to see the total station, which is just there. But I need to get the height here of the ground. So one way I can do it is by putting a red laser on the fence, which I can see just through there. Get my measuring tape out, pop out of the way of the laser beam, and you can see approximately measures about 750 mils. So then I can put that into my controller, 750 mils. I can, a bit hard to do this in film, change the code to natural surfaces I've got, press OK, which is the same as pressing measure. And I'll press distance to start with. You can see it's measured, and distance of 7.787 meters. So we'll store that.
Point stored.
And that's how I get natural surface shots in places like this. Sometimes you just leave behind some little control marks. You see, there's a screw here holding the downpipe, just in case I've got to come back, because it's obviously a jungle. It's not all that easy to measure around the place. And I've done the same there. Just a little screw in the wall. Help me if I need to. I can come back to the total station, take a reading, and straight away start surveying again. Oh, lucky I'm almost done. You probably can see it's starting to rain. This gear is pretty waterproof. Obviously I don't leave it out in the pouring rain, but a bit of a light shower isn't too bad. But I want to hurry up and get this finished, because this is a real jungle. Here's another reason why the AP20 auto pole is so good. Can't actually do the measuring and filming at the same time, but you can see here there's a bit of a chain, a weld mesh fence in the way here. I want to get a corner just there. I can just poke the pole through the weld mesh, forget about the bubble, and take the reading with the AP20. When the AP20 is actually, the tilt's working, that red coloured symbol there will be green. But fantastic to be able to do that and not have to worry about the bubble, which is just there. see this is quite awkward. Again, having to measure all these things where it's impossible to see. Goodness me. It's starting to rain. Thank goodness, I'm almost done. Okay, it's time to pack up. Put the Leica TS16 back in its box. Just got the controller and the AP20 here. What I can do is I can turn this off. You got to sort of press the button quite firmly and just wait a few seconds. We can take the 360-degree prism off. Just be careful. And 360-degree prism sits nicely in the box like so. And we just close it up. The box is actually quite heavy. TS16 as a total station is actually quite a heavy total station. But it's time to pack up, everyone. So thanks so much for watching. This has been a real awkward survey, and just goes to show that some surveys are easy, some are really exciting, like finding old survey marks, and these ones are not as much fun, and they're very awkward. And I'm glad it's Friday and time to go home. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to make sure you are alerted for any upcoming videos. And yeah, thanks for supporting the Global Surveyor on YouTube and TikTok. We're really trying to grow the channel, so your support is greatly appreciated. Please make sure you watch all the videos we have there. It'd be grateful if you do, and see you next time.